So we made it to the start of the Torino Nice Rally, though this is Monday?
Yes,
Monday. 4th of September, and everybody's just getting the pictures taken at the statue in the square before we set off for, what's the first climb of the day?
The Colombardo climb is the one that everybody's talking about.
So it's one of a big hitter at right in the first day, and we'll see how far we get after that.
Yeah, so welcome along, and yeah, hope you enjoy following the journey with us. This is our first time on the Torino Nice Rally, and
yeah, it's been quite an adventure just getting here. We probably could have filled 2 memory cards with the drama, but hopefully there'll be a little less drama on the trail, and it's just pedaling, albeit over lots of mountains.
Yes, so super excited and daunted at the same time, not sure which is higher.
Lots of nice people though, so we're going to go and get started. She's always fast in the back wheel of another bike. So it's time for our first pit stop. How many Ks do you think we've done?
40?
Maybe 40, sure. Maybe 40-ish Ks. We seem to have left the small towns and things. Been a little bit on the road this morning, trying to get out to the mountains.
So we spotted the hill, I guess, and decided must be time for a tactical pit stop.
So we try and keep moving a little bit and eat a little bit of roadside snackage and then move on quite quickly and just keep turning pedals, don't stop pedaling really. And that's how we hope to try and get through the distance and all the elevation, and slowly but surely, I think.
Untested with this level of elevation, I think we've just got to try it and see how we get on.
Okay, so see how we go. Yes, yeah, all good. So we're only about 500 meters from the top of the Col del Colombardo. It has been a huge climb, biggest climb we've ever done, and we've been walking quite a large amount of it. It's just such a long climb, you're so tired. And also we're at a very high now, still got a bit to go. It's quite spectacular. I've been in some of the mountains in Bavaria in Germany before, but this still feels totally epic, totally much bigger, and this is such a start to our adventure. Unbelievable. Yeah, what a way to start the Torino Nice Rally. Wow. How amazing is this?
It is. I'm just lost for words actually. I think this is the most spectacularly beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. Hard won views, but wow.
Yeah. When the biggest climb of your life also comes with the biggest view of your life,
Yeah.
it's not a disappointment.
Yeah, and that certainly was the biggest climb of my life. That was proper hard.
Stay left. Go left. I'll get you going down that long descent.
Today's Col
del Finestre.
This is the start of our official call for the day, but feels like we've had quite a climb to get to the climb. So yeah, and I think this one should be quite a big one, but hopefully a bit easier than the Colombardo. That was proper hard yesterday.
Typical Italian relaxed style. We were
Dining at 10 o'clock.
Dining at 10 p.m. and we were still trying to find a pitch at 11 p.m. and finally got our heads down about midnight.
Perfect pitch though.
Was.
Flat grass.
Flat grass, a little bit under a bridge, always good.
And a sauna in the river.
A sauna in the tent at about 4 o'clock in the morning. It was roasting.
Oh, I don't mean sauna, I mean, what do I mean?
A jacuzzi?
A spa.
Spa.
A spa.
Spa. Yeah, it was, I think it was probably 24, 25 degrees inside the tent. And no sleep. I didn't even get my sleeping bag out of the pack. I just lay on top of my mat, on top of my liner. Unbelievable temperature. So this is, we're certainly been acclimatized, I think.
Yes.
That's what they say in the guide.
Day one, so that gives a bit of confidence, I think.
Yeah. So we've got some options, so I need to check the map. Maybe.
He's put it in slow-mo, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Quite a sunny start. There's still quite a lot of cloud, but the surface of the road up this col is tarmac up to about halfway, and then it turns into gravel, I'm informed. But it's certainly, even though the sun's not out, it's still very humid. And so this is the sweat line starts here and it goes down, and this is where the sweat line is now. So drinking a lot and having a lot of sweets. But this is an absolutely beautiful climb. We are sharing it with quite a lot of the off-road motorcycles and overland and 4x4s that are, you can access the higher mountains here in those. So, but they've all been very good, so we haven't had any problems, plenty of room. But the climb still has much further to go. We've been climbing for what feels like a couple of hours. We started down here in Small Susa, climbed a lot of switchbacks to get up, and now we're kind of out on a point, so I'm taking a little rest here. But you can see we still have all the way up to the top, the Col del Finestre. This is the first blue sky we have seen since we got yesterday.
Raining all day. This is 5:30, and it's just been, apart from we had one little descent, but really short, other than that it's been climbing, and we haven't been able to see the views, but I'm hoping now that sun's coming out and there's blue sky up there, when we get to the top we might just get rewarded and all those views open up and show us where we are. This is La Sieta.
And 2 kilometers past the Col de Sieta top, apparently there's a cafe, Mountain Refuge type place, 2 kilometers further on. We're really hoping we can get our dinner there.
Do you think they do ravioli?
Yeah, they better do something that's better than 2 bananas and a packet of fruit pastels, which is the diet of the evening if we do not get to the cafe. So let's go. So earlier we were a little down in the dumps because we'd been riding all day.
I didn't moan at all.
And a little bit, just like I tell her, it's a little bit further. So, but however, just in 360 degrees panoramic Alpine beauty.
It's not bad, is it?
Is that a reward? Do you think it's a reward? I think
Yeah,
it's a reward.
if I knew I was going to get that, I would have been a whole lot happier.
Well, I'll be a whole lot happier if the Refugio Asieta in about 2 kilometers up that
I'm
track
waiting on that ravioli.
has anything that
Anything.
is carbohydrate based. That would be
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, what a day. So we're in the tunnel just after Sestriere. Tactical change of colour of top, and we've got our lights on because the noise in here is unbelievable when the lorries come through. It's amazing, but we have to go. Well, here we are. We are in France. We've ridden through not most of Italy, but a bit of Italy. Some really high mountains, and we're living our best life, just having some sandwiches and some food behind some dumpsters at the back of a supermarket. Bonjour. So it's here at Cheveres. I'll put the name below. We make a split in the route. We have an option of taking the Col del Preit, which is that road over there, or we continue up the valley to take on Col del Preit, which includes a hike-a-bike single track climb with bike carry, and then a descent on some single track mountain biking on the other side. It's the off-road route, the proper off-road route for the Torino Nice Rally, and right up until today we didn't know if that would be even possible, because there has been forestry works on the route that a couple of riders ahead, including a Martin Hoffman, passed back messages to say that there was no workers and operations were complete, although the road was still a bit rough, that you could get through. So that's incentivized us to give it a try. We are probably a little bit behind in distance than maybe we expected to be at this point in day 3, but this is a notable section of the rally and we really wanted to do it, so we'll accept that maybe we'll have to take a shortcut a little bit further on in another couple hundred kilometers, so as that we still get to the finish in 7 days. We have high hopes. You can only imagine what this environment must be like in heavy rainfalls in monsoon season, and sort of when the water's torrenting down here and they just put a concrete across the road and the river continues straight down into the valley. Is all your Scottish hiker biking
Yes,
prepared you? A little,
plenty of that.
a Col del Preit.
This is climber biking.
Just an ankle, just filming. Well, way up there, that's where we're going. The sign said 2.5 hours walking with no bikes. That would make it 11 o'clock PM from the time we so we'll let you know how it goes.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay, so we've got a pitch on the Col del Preit and we are currently at 2,198 meters, which is probably about the highest I've camped, I think. That's certainly getting a lot colder. As soon as it went dark really quickly, and then dew just started forming on everything, like it was metal in the bikes and then equipment that was left outside and stuff. So we've got it all in the tent. We're just going to get a little wash up and get our heads down. It's been a big day. That says just over 5 degrees, and that's with a little bit of the sun coming up. It's quite a chilly night. That's camp broken down, and we're going to get off up there. Our little path should hopefully just be here, and there were some other campers last night over there. They're not over the rally, they were just some walkers. Breakfast this morning consists of some cheesy onion type bread.
I don't think there's been too many of the TNR riders have chosen to come this way. This is very much more sort of off-roady.
Yeah, the hiker bike, and also the route wasn't really thought to be properly
achievable
until yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't know whether there was maybe forestry works and things like that, so
yeah.
I don't think there'll be too many. Somebody went ahead, there's at least one, but I think the others have gone up the classic Issoire climb from the Tour de France.
You warmed up?
I will in a minute when we start climbing.
Once we start climbing. That's the motivation, is to get up to where the sun is and get a little warm up. So, see you up top.
I think you're doing your year's worth of leg presses right now. Yes, we're definitely conditioned for shoving heavy loaded bikes up stupid hills. They weren't wrong, this bit was hard.
We've been told many things are hard laps, we've still done them.
We're slow learners, clearly.
And we're doing this with a drone shot on the other side. It's got to be worth a like and subscribe, eh? Guilt, pure guilt. That should all you should be watching right now in your living room. Because I'll be sitting in my living room watching it soon enough.
They were quite gravel orientated and
So this is the final kicker, a little bit easy just here, a little bit easy and then you'll see they are heading up that way to the summit of this col. So much climbing later, and we've got the bags back on the bike, and look at these mountains and just this silence. No motorbikes, no cars, and the top of the fold is just around there in this saddle. Absolutely fabulous. So the little thing that I put in my mouth normally that holds the GoPro just like that, or like that, it just snapped yesterday. So trying to do these berms with one hand, it's a little tricky. Be able to see we're now in the shade. Over there the sunlight is rising, the shade is becoming more, and in about 30 minutes maybe this whole valley will be in shade, not darkness yet. It's only just gone 6 p.m. a little bit, 6:15. There is a Mountain Refuge that is...
See the marmot on the favourite road?
We're both laughing because a marmot just did a dash across the road. We've been marmot spotting. This is the game of the trip, isn't it?
Yes.
Some marmots...
The camera pointing the wrong way round. The marmot is more interesting.
Oh, so she says. The marmot has very a range of bottom colours in the marmots as well, I've been noting.
Yellows and conkers and soot.
So anyway, marmots aside, it's going to only get colder now as we start the rest of the climb. We've got about 4 kilometres to the big switchbacks, and then the final kicker, which is really quite steep. I think we might even be just walking that, the final 3k, and we'll be at 2,700 meters by bike. How many Ben Nevises is that? So we still have to go up there one switchback and around the back of this hump, and I believe that that is the refuge over there. Zoom in a little. Yeah. So we'll see. Could be that building. But unfortunately, we are, I think tea's served maybe at 7. So I don't think we might get dinner. So the kitchen is closed for the night, but we can put our tent up. There is a few spaces, and what a view that we all have. And we can get a shower, and maybe we can get breakfast if we ask very nicely. quick. So this morning we descended the Col del, which was about a 1,700 metre descent, and we're paying that all back in spadefuls. So we went down into Saint-Pierre, and we're now doing the Col de Saint-Pierre over the other side, where there should be a brilliant, hopefully, off-road gravel descent for maybe 20 kilometres. And after that, maybe there's a campsite, maybe we camp somewhere wild. I think we're going to be on this climb for a good few hours. So when we've done Rome Scotland rallies before, I've done the 7-day tours. Normally day 4 we call like a hump day or a pivot day, how we're feeling if we get that far and maybe get to the end. I think with the TNR there's still too much to come that we don't know in the climbing and hiker-biking. So listen to those cowbells. So, but physically, Lindsay and I today are both finding ourselves a little maybe better, more consistent riding even at the height. The last 2 nights, maybe 3, we've spent above 2,000 meters, or around about somewhere between 1,700 and 2,200, nearly 2,600 last night, and coughing such dry air that even in complete darkness, no sunlight, hardly any wind, the air is so dry we could do our washing and all our clothes were bone dry in the morning, just because of the air up here at this elevation is so dry. It just means you have to drink and drink and drink. So this is the Col de Saint-Pierre. Apologies for the pronunciation, but it's been quite consistent. It has been quite kind, I think, to us, and also we've had quite a lot of tree coverage for shade, which makes a huge difference because we started it at 12:30 in peak sunshine. So the head of the mountain looks maybe as though it's in the clouds, so I don't know if we'll actually get a view from the top, but man oh man, day 5. We're now back in the clouds.
Well, we have earned this view for sure. You have missed out on this, did you?
No.
There's different kind of gear that you have. Oh, we're rocking coffee there. going towards us. I think, not sure.
So after a short day yesterday, today's turned into an absolute whopper. We're at about 90k. Hold on. About 90k. We're outside a town called Stroppo. Really hoping we can find a bar restaurant for some food. There's a campsite further along. And yeah, massive day. But that's what we needed. Short day yesterday because of the off-road climbing at Col del Preit. Today we've had plenty of Ks, so let's hope Stoppo is a great stop for us.
That's olive oil. Oh, olive oil. Cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. What do you think?
It is really, really tough. And I think the fatigue, cumulative fatigue, is probably setting in by now, but so maybe getting a bit more adapted to being at altitude, because that was really, I found that really hard the first few days. Just feeling breathless, even sitting in the tent, feeling out of breath, feeling the rib cage going like a bellows. Just resting, so I don't think I'm naturally adapted to being up high in the mountains, unfortunately.
So this is a Col del Preit, which is on the hiker bike route for this part of the TNR.
Except just for a point of note, we're not supposed to be hiker biking yet. We haven't actually reached the hiker bike.
Yeah, this is the part where you start walking, is up the hill.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to ride this, but
we haven't actually reached the climb yet.
But well, tell us, we've been climbing for hours. Hours and hours. And if you hold on 1 second, we are at a switchback, which means there's a view, mostly. Maybe a little bit obscured by trees, but you can't really see. But all the way down there, that is like 2/3 of the way up. There's still 2/3 of the climb below the furthest you can see.
But I think the advantage to this is that it does vary up which bit of your body is
getting the abuse.
Taking the beating.
This climb has been different. We've had this really open mountain range and like a cauldron all the way around us, 360 degrees, and it's just given us jaw-dropping views the whole climb, which is the opposite of being in the cloud the whole time.
Yeah, and it's a bit different muscle work again, because it's been so incredibly steep. Instead of just being long and like a slog,
it's short and steep, isn't it?
I don't know about short, but it's certainly been steep.
Okay, we're going to get to the top of the col, which is like a saddle between the two peaks, and then we actually have to hike up one of the sides to almost the summit. So
After some lunch.
after lunch, yeah, it's definitely an after lunch activity.
Yeah.
More Mentos. So a slightly sweatband. Lindsay thinks, look, I look like a total knob, but
You look like a knob.
with my sweatband. But you can't, you can't take what other people think of you too, especially when you're riding together for a substantial period of time, too seriously. But to some extent, I do agree, and that's why it hasn't appeared in the video so far. However, it does stop all the water going into my eyes. So, yeah.
Where's this lunch?
Yeah, lunch is coming.
Never mind, YouTubers, come on.
Lunch is in the back of my bag, which is why she's asking. But so tactical stop. We're in the shade. Basically, as soon as we get to the Colle, it's totally open. No, there's no protection from the sun and that's only 300 meters around the corner. So we have this nice little cool shady spot, shared with the lizards, and yeah, best get dinner out, eh? So nutrition, carrying your food and deciding what you're going to take and how far you can carry it with fresh food is very difficult. It's so hot, it's about 28 degrees. So we discovered these, which are couscous pots with like couscous salad with peas and tomatoes and tuna in it. But you don't need to refrigerate them, and you can keep them in the bag for several days. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Moist?
Nice and moist. And there's tuna and peas and all sorts in there.
Col del Preit, 2,083 meters. This has to be quite possibly the most beautiful part of the route so far for just mountain views. Absolutely incredible. It's worth the long push, definitely worth the long push. But there's only, I think, so many more days we can do 6,000 or 8,000 feet of climbing a day. I'm glad we got this far. This is absolutely spectacular. Words. So we're transitioning now from this unbelievable view to this view on the other side of the mountain range, and wow, little rough for the one hand. Hey buddy.
No, we all are.
Seven days in, can't believe it. We've just had some coffee and a croissant in one of the villages, we're big town on our route. So hopefully today and tomorrow will see us back to Nice. And today is to get over the Col del Tende, which will take us back to France. So Lindsay is in the supermarket just now, and I'm doing a little bit of admin. So we are cleaning the chain. We carry a little rag, we have a little oil. Sent Lindsay in for some shopping. She's obviously had the munchies.
Yeah, well,
back with a foot-long breadstick.
Oh, you may like that.
A little pizza.
Breakfast.
What are those?
I think they're sugary things.
Churros?
Like churros, yeah.
Those are tiny. Oh dear, cheese has gone flying. 100 more uses for support.
That's how you put it.
So this is the Col del Tende, which is one of the last cols. Thank you. There will be some a bit more climbing up and down on the way back, but this is us leaving Italy and heading back to France.
We can now leave that now that I've had my gelato.
So we had some ice cream gelato and a very touristy little spot, Limone.
Limone.
The Avimore of Italy. So unfortunately the pass we were going to go down on the road is closed. It's open for 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. So we might have to take a dirt track which has all the traffic going over it. So that could be interesting. So we'll see how that goes. For now, more water, more sugar, more climbing. Well, goodbye Italy, hello France, and we are hopefully finished tonight, and then one more day we'll be in Nice and we'll be done. That is a good sign to see of our little diversion. That behind us. And this is the valley we're going into, down to Tende. And the road that we couldn't actually get down earlier because it was closed will now be open. And Matthias, I think it's Matthias, was it Matthias?
Matthias, the German guy.
Was Rocky.
You just pay attention because you're close to an edge.
She's the boss. So he was waiting for the road to open, so we'll have to see if we meet him down there. But we've got a lot of descent.
Respect nature, les animaux et les humans qui y vont. Izuki, Chevaux.
Yeah. That was a huge descent, wasn't it?
Well, we're
enormous. We're still at just check out 1,344. I think we've been descending for about 40 minutes on some rough as toast tracks. So yeah, let's get down to the village and get food.
Looking over that edge at all.
What edge is that? Would that be?
I'm not looking.
Would that be this edge? Ah. This has turned into one of the most insane descents that we've ever done in any mountain biking trip or adventure. We're like descending for an hour and a bit now, and it's just, the valley is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. There's bats everywhere. But yeah, we just had to stop and change a set of Lindsay's brake pads. It's just completely gone. Down to metal. No wonder. We're getting some extra K's in with a Sunday night. The roads are quiet. So massive descent, probably 30k down the valley. Flying. It's absolutely brilliant.
Tea time.
Right, are we getting food?
Yep, tea time. I shall lay the tablecloth. There we are.
Excellent. Dinner is served.
We'll lay the table. There we are.
Okay.
What we got tonight then?
So, to set the scene, we have come down the 28k. We're sleeping somewhere behind a garage by a river just outside the town. So, and Lindsay's opening. Can you put it under the light? See?
I'm opening that.
So,
Juicy stuff.
We've been carrying
Looks
this.
like cat food.
Put it under the light.
There we are.
So that's dinner. I still have my apple, so I didn't eat it earlier on. We've got some cashew nuts, and that is the end of our 110 maybe k day.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy day.
Really big day. We couldn't record a lot of it without the mouthpiece because there was just hours of descending, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was so much descending.
And then descending in the dark off a mountainside with sheer drops.
Don't tell Mum. But yeah, so we've made it down to Tende,
however you say it.
and then just, yeah, because it was so dark on a Sunday night, there was no cars, there's nobody about, so we absolutely flew down the main road.
Okay,
we made massive time.
Excuse me, while I tuck in.
She's off for dinner. Meanwhile, juicy apple. See you tomorrow. Happy days! The last descent to Nice. We've arrived at the Café du Cycliste in Nice. We're all done.